friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to part 2 of my Thanksgiving First Timer series. In this series, we are walking through my plans for prepping for my very first time hosting Thanksgiving. I am so beyond excited. We are officially now in the month of November, which means we are on our countdown to Thanksgiving. Now, I know a lot of you have probably already made your switch into Christmas, and if that's the content you're looking for, just know you're not gonna get it here yet. I am not ready to jump into Christmas yet. We keep our Christmas decor up until at least January 6th, usually the weekend that follows that. So I don't rush to get my Christmas decor up. So sorry if you're ready for that kind of content. You're just not gonna find all of that here. I will, however, start showing you the great things that I have been picking up, since you have to shop early because the rest of the world has decided that November is when Christmas begins. So I have been collecting items. You will be seeing those very soon. But in the meantime, we're gonna be preparing for Thanksgiving. I love this holiday. Not only is it a great time for us to get together with family, but it's a wonderful time to focus your energy on the things that you are grateful for in your life. I know this is something we should do every day. If you do, if you're really good about that, good for you. I am not very good about that all of the time. I'd say probably a good 70% of the time I'm good at remembering to be thankful, but having one whole day where we get to talk about it as a family is really, really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to that. In today's video, we're gonna be focusing on all of the things that I'm doing to help prepare for the meal, as well as activities while family is here, along with a little bit of decor. So if you're here for it, let's get into it. I'm gonna show you my Thanksgiving planner, as well as some items I've purchased for some fun activities for us to do, and some really affordable, easy DIY decor pieces. So let's get started. So let's take a look at the actual Thanksgiving planner that I purchased on Etsy. I did purchase it from a company called Pretty Simple Pages, and I'll have it linked for you down in the description box. It was incredibly affordable. It was less than $4. In fact, I think it's on sale. And it does come with both a Thanksgiving version as well as a Christmas version. So it's 2 for 1, and I absolutely love that. So yeah, let's talk about what's in this. So this is the cover page. I did print this in A5 so that it would fit in my A5 planner, which I did purchase on Amazon. I do have this linked in my Amazon storefront. It's an incredibly affordable faux leather A5 planner, and I love it. We're just gonna put that to the side really quickly while we take a look at this planner. So that is the cover. Now, I did just print it exactly as it was in the kit. I did not pick and choose pages, none of that stuff. I printed it exactly as it is. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so the first page looks like a recipe. I think that this printed backwards, to be 100% honest with you. Did I do this backwards? Let's see. I may have printed it a little backwards. I'm not 100% sure. So just disregard if I printed it backwards. It happens. But we've got recipe page. We've got a menu page for both appetizers, side dishes, breads, main course, beverages, and desserts, as well as a section for notes. And then there is a daily planner, which I think is really cool. So like for the actual day, I think this would be great for like when you need to put things in the oven. So it does have like a schedule section here, has priority list, a to-do, a note section. So it does, it's an empty date. So you could, you know, do this for more than one day if you needed it, but this is great for the day of, to determine when you need to put things in the oven and when things are gonna be, you know, when things need to come out, get plated, when you're expecting guests to arrive, those types of things. There is a weekly planner, which I think is really important so that you can kind of get a game plan for your week. What days do you need to take your turkey out of the freezer or the refrigerator? What days should you, you know, pre-make some of your sides? That kind of thing, as well as weekly goals and to-do list. And you can always print double of these. You know, this is just for 1 week, so this would just be the week of Thanksgiving. For me, that's how I plan to use this, but you could do that differently. And then it does have monthly planner here, so if there's things you wanted to plan, you know, in advance, so if you're traveling or if there's things that you need to get worked out, if you're hosting your event somewhere else, or if you need to purchase items like I did, you could use the planner for that. There is a cooking schedule, look at that, so that's cool. So you could determine like what time you're gonna cook what, and then it does have a section for notes. I love a good grid paper like this when you are writing notes. I don't know, I find taking notes like on a grid paper like that really satisfying. There is a recipe planner, so it says dish, type, make ahead, cook time, prep time, and servings. So getting a like game plan for what it is that you're gonna be cooking. You've got a shopping list here broken down for you. You've got a baking section, so what dishes do you plan on baking? What supplies do you need? This here is a venue sheet, so I was talking about if you have to have your event somewhere else, excuse me, then you could write here all about what, you know, what other venue you plan on hosting your event at. A guest list here with along with an RSVP. And one thing that I think is super cool and very important is a section for allergies. So anybody that's coming that has allergies, this is really important. So I'll be utilizing this because there are people outside of our family, both our immediate family and our extended family, that are gonna be coming that I've never hosted before. So knowing, you know, what types of allergies they may have is really important. This is a potluck planner, so if you're having other people bringing dishes, this is a great way to plan for that. You want to know what people are bringing ahead of time. You don't want somebody to just say, oh, I'll bring a dessert, or oh, I'll bring an appetizer. Well, let's make sure we know what it is, so that way you're not doubling up on things. So this is a great place to put that down. This does have recipe cards here, which is cool. They're actually pretty small. I would probably just use this as more of a like quick reference. So for example, if I needed to know how long to bake the green bean casserole, which you can make ahead and then bake the day of, I would just put in here like how long I need to bake it and any additional prep that I need to do. That's what I plan on using this page for. Budget tracker is, you know, if you want to keep track of how much you're spending. So my husband would probably love for me to use this sheet. I probably won't, but it might be good to look back and see like what I spent on food. You know what, that's probably a good idea. That's probably what I'll end up using it for, is how much I actually spent on food, so that way, you know, next year when I go to plan, I can plan ahead of time and know like how much money I need to have set aside for Thanksgiving dinner. I'll probably have to round up considering inflation. Tableware budget, so this would be like what you saw in video number 1 where I did the tablescape and things like that. You know, decor budget, tableware budget. Yeah, I'm just gonna slip right over those. Kitchen inventory, this is really important. I'm gonna be doing this actually here in the next couple of days, just to get an idea of what I already have, both in spices, you know, baking items, so like your flour, your sugar, your butter, you know, those types of things, what you have, and that way when you're doing your grocery list, you'll know if you need to purchase anything. This is a timeline, so 1 week before, 5 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, and the day of, so you can get an idea, you know, big kind of overview, you know, 30,000 foot view, if you will, of the entire day, so you can, or the entire week, so you can plan ahead. This here is a decorations plan, so this is pretty cool. It talks about like how you want your table to look. So this is right here is like a color scheme, so you could fill this in with colors. It says reuse items owned, purchase new items, and then it has a section for a mood board, which is really cute. You can print this in any size you want, so if you wanted to print it in like full page, you also don't have to print it at all. You could just use it on your computer, which would probably be a great, that'd probably be a great way to use this sheet, so you could just copy and paste, you know, things to your mood board. I do have a mood board on my Pinterest Pinterest. So if you follow me on Pinterest, you can see that board there. If you don't follow me on Pinterest, I would highly recommend it. I've got the link down in the description box below. I post a lot of really good things, a lot of the recipes that I try, all of those good things are on Pinterest, so I'd highly recommend that you follow me there. And then of course, this is just a section for notes in the back. So we're going to get this hole punched, and I'll probably fill in a couple of things. I don't have a ton of stuff like right off the top of my head. I'll fill in what I can. We'll get it put into the planner, and then we're gonna just do a quick inventory, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might as well just do some kitchen inventory now so I know what I have. And then we can talk about some other pre-planning items when it comes to food. Okay, so I took a second to just get my planner stuff put away, and I wanted to show you some of the other things that I have purchased on Etsy, some other printable items. So we're gonna start with these items here. Now I did purchase, let me zoom you in a little bit. I did purchase this great little like decorative set. So it's got some really pretty printable sheets, and my plan is to put them in picture frames. So I had purchased these gold picture frames from the Dollar Tree for my in-laws' 50th anniversary party. I had their wedding pictures in here, and I had them on all of the tables. So my intention is to use them for Thanksgiving as well. So I'll cut this out and put it here in the picture frame. And I printed them all to be cut in 5x7 size. So there's the Happy Thanksgiving. This one here says pick your own pumpkin patch. Love this, open daily through November. I actually think I'm gonna put this out like in my house, like for decoration for the entire month. I love this one here with the mushrooms. It's got all these beautiful watercolor mushrooms. I'll have this linked for you down below. It was one whole set. This one says hello autumn. I love fall most of all. I can leave this one out for the whole month. I can leave all of these out for the whole month. This says give thanks. This one says freshly baked. I love this watercolor pie. I love watercolor. This is a gorgeous fall wreath, again in the beautiful watercolor. And then we're back to the beginning. So I will cut all of those and get those into our frames. We'll do that here in just a moment so we can have those done, and we'll maybe we'll put those out here on the camera, we'll see. So we'll do those here in just a minute. But let's talk about some of the activities that I purchased on Etsy. So I love Etsy for all kinds of stuff, but let's be honest, sometimes when we have kiddos that are, or even just people in general at you know, any kind of event, we need to give them something to do with their hands, otherwise they can get a little bit antsy. So I decided to have a couple things for both kids and adults to utilize if they need something to do with their hands. One being this adorable fall coloring sheet. I think this is perfect. I made sure that I printed several of these. so that way anybody who wanted to could use them, you know, while we're sitting around the table chatting or watching football or whatever. This would just be something we can do with our hands. Coloring is an incredibly relaxing activity, so it doesn't hurt to have this as an option for your guests. I love this so much. And then you can always write, you know, the date on the back if you wanted, or have your guests sign the bottom if you wanted to keep them. And you can use them for decorative, you know, pieces later on in further years, or just toss them, it's up to you. I did print all of these on 32-pound paper, so this is a nicer, thicker quality paper. It's not a cardstock, but it's definitely a nicer, thicker quality paper. So that's what I like to use for, you know, items I need to be a little bit more sturdy than, you know, just a regular printed piece of document, you know. 32-pound paper. I buy the Hammer Mill. You can get it on Amazon. I'll have it linked for you down below. It is really a great paper to have. I like to print all of like my printable planner sheets on this. So I'll have it linked for you. The next thing I purchased were some kid-friendly printable activities, and these have this really great little fun border around the edge. This one says, Happy Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for, and then it says, I'll circle my favorite Thanksgiving foods, and it gives them some options. So coloring sheet, these are drawing sheets, there's a squirrel and a scarecrow. And then this one here is that line game, if you have ever played this game where you have to make squares. So this is a fun game. Tic-tac-toe, basically like you're at a restaurant, you know what I mean? Stuff for kids to do. Word scramble, this is always fun. A crossword puzzle, this would be fun for a kiddo to do with an adult. So, you know, with a grandma or grandpa or an older cousin or uncle or aunt that they don't get to see very often. These are great activities for them to do together. A word find, I love word searches. Pumpkin pie maze, a fall hayride maze. This looks like a lot of fun. And then a corn maze. I think there's one more maze. There is the turkey trot maze. So all of those pages they came in a kit that I purchased, like a whole set. Again, I'll have it linked for you down below, but again, just another option that I think will be great for kids to do while they're hanging out. My island can be utilized for that. I also have lap desks. They can also do it here at the table. They can also spread out on the floor. They can also be outside on the deck, weather permitting. And this too is also printed on 32-pound paper. So I also am gonna have like a kid table. We're gonna talk tables and setup and everything in a future video, but I will be having a designated like kiddo table where I'll have a lot of these items along with crayons and things like that, so that they have stuff to do. That way, if a teenager ends up using their phone or something, it doesn't irritate, you know, family members or anything like that. It's a different space where the rules are a little bit different. So let's talk about another item that I found. So this is a fun game. It's called Roll a Turkey, and what you do is you get M&Ms and you have to fill your turkey. So if you notice, the turkey's feathers are all these different color circles. So you roll the dice, and depending on what number you roll, you get to put that color on your turkey feather. And you can't eat them until you fill the turkey feathers. And whoever fills their turkey first, I guess, wins. I don't even know if you have to play a competitive game, if it's more just for yourself. So I am gonna laminate these just so that I can reuse them every year. I might actually laminate the mazes as well. I can laminate most of these. I can laminate the mazes. I can laminate, I think, almost every single one. And that way we can just reuse them, and the kiddos can just use dry erase marker. I have a ton. So I'm gonna laminate all of this. I'm not gonna laminate this one because I wanna keep these and with whatever answer, you know, they put on these. I love that, but These I'll also laminate. These are also on 32-pound paper. I do wish that I had printed these on cardstock just because they're a game and they would have been a little bit more sturdy, but what I'm thinking is they could put these on a small little paper plate. That way, if the M&Ms fall off, they're not like rolling all over the place. So just another fun little activity for kiddos to do while they're here. Adults can do this too. Again, another item I will link for you down in the description box below. And as usual, just a little PSA, if I forget to link anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. I do forget, it happens. I am a very, very busy person, so if I forget to link something and I've said I was going to, don't hesitate to be like, hey girl, what happened? I will be more than happy to find that link for you. So while we have a few seconds, why don't we go ahead and cut out some of these really great designs and get them put into the picture frames, because I'm dying to see what they're gonna look like. And yeah, let's go ahead and get those cut out. Okay, you guys, I am seriously obsessed with all of these. This one's my favorite for sure, with the really sweet pie. But I love them all, like the pumpkin patch. I love this one, the Hello Autumn. I love fall most of all, so very pretty. The mushrooms, oh, I love the mushrooms. And then the Happy Thanksgiving, of course. So I just am obsessed with these. And you know, like I said, these are from the Dollar Tree, these little frames, and they are really great. Here's the other two as well. These are here, they're also equally as gorgeous, but I just am so in love with these, and I'm so thankful that I found these, and I will have them linked for you down below. You'll have to check your Dollar Tree for the picture frames, but what a fun way to have some really great fall and Thanksgiving decor. So I'm gonna find a couple of places where I can put some of these for now. I'm also gonna use them to decorate the dessert area where we're gonna have the pie, as well as the island when I'm setting out the food. So I don't wanna put them all out. out and I can always print more if I need to, but I'm just so in love with these. I'm so happy with how they turned out. All right, my friends, so that is it for part 2 of my Thanksgiving First Timer series. I hope you're enjoying this. I am having a lot of fun, and please know that if you have decided to move on to Christmas, that is totally all good. You are more than welcome to do so. If you're not though, I hope that you are excited to see some Thanksgiving content here on YouTube. I know I am desperate for Thanksgiving content, so I'm really happy to be able to put this out and share it with you. So until the next one, my friends, I'll see you very soon. Take care.